Hello and welcome back to Fewladelphia. So a slightly different episode today. We're not actually going to be building anything. Yeah, it means I'm keeping you waiting for the skyline even longer. But as you've probably seen, a patch has just dropped for Cities Skylines II, and within this patch are some major simulation fixes, which I don't really want to start placing a ton of skyscrapers into my downtown without knowing what implication they're going to have on the city. So that's why we're waiting a little bit longer for that episode, and so in the meantime I thought it'd be really nice to have a long overdue first person tour around Barille and Fisher's Point. So for this we're going to be diving into the Fisher's Point to Barille tram line. So we're going to kick off at Barille tram station, head all the way around Barille, around the bay, and then through the centre of Fisher's Point down here, and finish up on the beachfront. But just before we dive into that, I want to talk about today's video sponsor, which is Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming offers huge discounts on a massive variety of games. So if you're looking to pick up any of the Cities Skylines franchise DLCs, look no further than Instant Gaming. You can also find all of your Planet Zoo content on there, the entire Sims portfolio, Jurassic World Evolution 3, FIFA points, all the latest games, you name it. If you click on my affiliate link in the description of this video, any purchases that you make also go to help support this channel, so is incredibly appreciated. Plus we also have a monthly giveaway, so go ahead, check it out and bag yourself a deal. And with that out of the way, it is now time to sit back, relax and enjoy a tour around Barille and Fisher's Point. that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you've enjoyed a little relaxing tour around Barille and Fisher's Point, and rest assured we will be back with the downtown very, very soon. I want to say a huge shout out to my first ever Fewniverse Mayor, Thomas Campos. Thank you so much for your support, and a big shout out to all the rest of you patrons and members out there. So much love for this wonderful community. That's all from me for now. Bye bye.